Just reading the news a little bit here on one of these nights where you can't sleep. Just kind of going through some things and found a very interesting article. Now, the redrawing of state borders is something that I have advocated for a long time. Because here in Minnesota, St. Paul does not represent the majority of western Minnesotans, southern Minnesotans, and even northern Minnesotans short of St. Louis County. And I found a very fun, but kind of gives you a clue that what I'm talking about is building momentum nationwide. Nationwide. Be sure you hit that like and subscribe, and let's get to it. Make Minnesota Iowa again? Iowa senator proposes bill to let Iowa buy 9 Minnesota counties. A Republican senator wants to make Minnesota Iowa again by introducing a bill that would allow Iowa to buy 9 southern Minnesota counties. Senator Mike Basile of Acne announced the proposal to enter into negotiations with Iowa's northern neighbor on Tuesday in remarks at the Land Investment Expo. The text of Beausoleil's bill did not appear online Tuesday afternoon, but he said the proposal has support from colleagues in the Iowa House and Senate. Make Minnesota Iowa again, Beausoleil posted on social media. Our new Iowans, former Minnesotan residents, will have lower income taxes, sales, and business taxes, a more farm-friendly state, and a better managed state. Now, I've been saying for a while that here in Minnesota, we are not represented by St. Paul. And we haven't been for a long time. Only small portions of the state of Minnesota are actually represented by the people at the Capitol. How can I prove this? This is 2016's election results right here. All 9 of the counties are along the south, and we're going to go through those counties. I travel those counties for work all the time. They are very conservative counties. This is 2016's election results. You're going to notice these maps look similar. This is 2020's election result. Very similar. Not exact, but exceedingly similar. 2016, 2020, 2024. The vast majority of Minnesotans who do not live in the metropolitan area are not only not represented by St. Paul, they are actively oppressed by St. Paul. St. Paul does not represent the people of southern, western Minnesota. They just don't. Now, those counties that Senator Beausoleil introduced the bill for are Rock County, Nobles County, Jackson County, Martin County, Faribault County, Freeborn County, Mower County, Fillmore County, Houston County. The most southern counties in the state of Minnesota. All very conservative. Their population is, in the article it says 180,000 people in total live in those 9 counties. That actually the moving of those 9 counties into Iowa would not actually change the electoral map. I would not be at all surprised if the residents of those counties actually passed referendums saying that they would like to join Iowa. Is this unprecedented? No. No, it's not. Alongside that Iowa article is this. Should Illinois counties be able to secede and join Indiana? Indiana Speaker says yes. This is an article from the same Des Moines Register about how a number of Illinois counties border adjacent to Indiana, want to secede from Illinois and join the state of Indiana. And why might that be? Could it be that Illinois is ruled by the city of Chicago and that the rest of the state is not represented? Could that be? I think it is. I think this is becoming a nationwide thing, and the most prominent among them currently is the Greater Idaho. The Greater Idaho measure, where a number of counties in Oregon have passed measures in favor of joining Idaho. This is not a fly-by-night thing. This is not something I just thought up and pulled out of my butt. You also have the state of Jefferson project in California, where the northern counties of California want to secede from the rest of California because, can you imagine this? The conservative counties are not represented by Sacramento. Imagine that. Forgive me. So this isn't just a couple of separate movements that are just disjointed and have no central idea. This is just a month and a half ago. Donald Trump asked to help redraw a border between U.S. states. This article goes into specifically the Greater Idaho movement, campaigning and writing to President Trump requesting his support in the redrawing of the Oregon-Idaho borders. It is very, very difficult to do what they're asking. It is very difficult to do what they're asking. In order for that to happen, you would have to have the Congress approve and the state legislatures approve. So it's very, very unlikely. That said, this movement is growing. This movement is growing. There is an undercurrent of people tired of being used and abused by people in power who represent people who simply suck off the system. All right? And that's the bottom line of this. The closer you get to the country's tallest buildings, the more and more people are using government. You're not going to have them vote against their next meal. And those people are supported, in part, a lot of them in whole, by the tax dollars of the very people they curse and call names. Those people who get cursed and called names are sick and tired of it and don't want to be a part of it anymore. And a growing number of us, me included, advocate for the redrawing of states' borders. And seeing an article like this out of the Des Moines Register, make Minnesota Iowa again. Guys, Minnesota is ripe for the picking. You could see Minnesota be picked apart. If this were to actually gain momentum and become a real thing, you could see Minnesota become picked apart. Counties going to South Dakota, counties going to North Dakota, counties going to Iowa. You could see some counties seceding and going to Canada up north, St. Louis County being first and foremost among them. Minnesota is one of the prime candidates for a Greater Idaho Project style thing, because St. Paul does not represent the people out west, down south, up north. They just don't. They take our money and they give it to the metro. We're sick of it. We're literally sick of it. This is gaining momentum. This is gaining momentum. Iowa, Idaho, Indiana, California, and now petitioning Donald Trump This is growing. This is a real thing. And I'm going to end this video right here with this. Hashtag East Dakota. I am for the secession of my county from the state of Minnesota and the formation of another state. Within the United States, I do not advocate for the secession of the United States. That's foolish and stupid. But I do advocate for the redrawing of the borders of the state of Minnesota and the creation of East Dakota, which encompasses the southern, western, and northwestern counties of the state of Minnesota, west of the Mississippi River. That's all I got for now. This movement is not a joke. It is gaining momentum. It is gaining momentum nationwide. The rural counties are getting sick and tired of this. We really are. It may be the only way to save the Union is to redraw the borders within it. And with that, I appreciate you listening to me talk about this, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.